I was in the car with my fiance and we were doing something that we probably weren't supposed to be doing. We were indulging ourselves with our old childhood music. That's quite the intro, isn't it, my man? We were listening to old childhood songs, a lot of them being degenerate and not good. Some of them were all cute and fun, like childhood songs, Mumford and Sons, I don't know. But then I showed a band that I used to listen to when I was really in my degeneracy, really in my like degenerate phase of life where I was just numb to God and numb to the things of God and just not caring. And that band was a band called the 1975. And this band, if you've ever heard of it before, you probably know how bad it is. Drugs, sex, degeneracy, doing horrible, unspeakable things, alcohol, just being complete like stereotypical degenerates. And there's a song specifically that we were listening to called Love It If We Made It by the 1975. Now, I want you, this is an actionable step for this video. Go on YouTube in another tab or on your phone or whatever. Put in Love It If We Made It by the 1975 and just listen to the first like minute of the song. It kind of starts off slow. You might want to skip like 20 seconds in, but just listen to like the 40 seconds after that. It is the most degenerate, dark, like messed up lyrics you could imagine. And we were listening to it because it was like our childhood songs. Like I wanted to listen to the songs I was listening to when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. And it's so funny though how now I don't listen to this kind of music anymore. I listen to only Christian music, so I don't get any of those dark negative things put on my head. I know the impact the music has on you. If you don't know, I have videos on this, but I'm gonna make probably more in the future because music is actually so bad for you. All of these like artists are like subliminally controlling you and putting thoughts in your head that are violent and lustful and negative, and they're not helping, especially if you're a Christian or on self-improvement and you're trying to do better. The reason why you can't overcome porn or lust is because you're listening to this degenerate music, bro. So overcome it right now. It's not good for you. Just stop listening to it. If you have to delete Spotify, do that. But the feeling that I got when you were listening to this song in the car of like empowerment and like pride and like feeling like I'm on top of the world and like feeling like I'm like, I would go on the next few days to listen to the song in the gym, on a run, playing basketball. I would listen to this song that is like saying these like dark things, but like I never listen to I don't listen to this kind of music anymore. And yet I was listening to this song because it felt so empowering and like it helped me like do my workout and it helped me run faster and it helped me just like feel very motivated and like empowered and prideful. A lot of these songs give you this sense of pride and you think nothing of it. You think, oh, it's fine, it's just pride. Like, but this pride is distancing you from God. Now if you're a Christian, that's a big deal. If you're not a Christian, you're like, okay, who cares, I don't care about God. The thing about this is because it's distancing you from God, it's distancing you from your happiness, your peace, your love, your joy, and it makes you more numb to life and the good things in life, nature, natural beauty, I don't know, the small things in life that we don't often notice. We can become numb to those things the more prideful we become, let alone lustful and all that stuff. We start indulging in prideful thoughts. These prideful thoughts open doors to lustful thoughts, to very dark desires of control and power and dominating people and hurting people and getting into fights. All of a sudden you're envisioning like and daydreaming about like quite like dark things, and that's not what you want. You don't want these kind of desires and thoughts because now you're completely distancing yourself from God, even more so because an even bigger stronghold for these thoughts takes over your mind. And now you're so far from God that you feel terrible, quite literally terrible. You feel so distant from life. You feel so negative all the time. You feel so just bad, just kind of disgusting. If you're a Christian, it's especially bad because you feel extra conviction and extra like you're not doing what you're supposed to do because you have the knowledge of what you're supposed to do. So it's even worse. This song I was listening to when I was a filthy degenerate, and here I am, not a filthy degenerate, listening to a filthy degenerate song and telling myself that I'm not a filthy degenerate, even though I'm listening to this kind of music again. And so I had to kind of do a stop and do like an introspective like take and be like, why am I listening to this? Why am I listening to a song that's making me feel this way? Well, I want to because I want more motivation. I want to be pushed in the gym. I want to feel more power and strength. I want to be more motivated to work on videos and do my purpose. And it's like, now I'm trying to like turn this bad thing around for good, which we often do. Satan often tells us to do this. So I start thinking, oh, well, I can listen to this degenerate song and get these degenerate negative thoughts and entertain these negative thoughts as long as it's motivating me to work on the ministry, work on my purpose, go to the gym, push myself, run. These are all good things we want to do, right? It'll help me do those things. Except it's it's also going against the grain because it's distancing myself from God. If I'm distancing myself from God, I can't work on the ministry as well. I can't go to the gym as well because of quite literally like physical manifestations of spiritual flaws, spiritual situations. And so I'm actually doing worse like physically because I am doing worse spiritually. I'm doing worse spiritually because I'm doing worse with God, and I'm further from God and more numb to life in God. And even if that wasn't true, I'm still making bad decisions based off the negative thoughts I'm getting, the intrusive thoughts I'm getting from this song. It's a net negative. And so if you're in this situation right now, or if you're still listening to negative, degenerate music like Drake and Kanye West, some reason Christians like listening to Kanye West, even though he's like the most degenerate rapper ever, literally influenced by Satan. Like, he tried to get away, he tried to escape, but the pride came back and he was taken in by the devil. And yeah, rip Kanye. This kind of music is designed to be addicted for that very reason. I don't think you guys realize just how much the music industry controls the way you think and the way you live your life. This kind of music is designed to be addicting because they want you to listen to more of this kind of music so that you start being negatively influenced by it. Now, we've all seen the like cool little like satanic like backward messages in songs, but there's also like literal just subliminal direct like messages in these songs, and literally like sound frequencies, and let alone the things they're saying and the trigger words that are like brainwashing and like almost like, what's the word, not brainwashing, I guess brainwashing, but these songs are putting you in a daze quite literally and making you think things that you don't want to think, and you entertain those things because you like the empowerment and the pride and the lust or whatever it is. And so your best bet is just to stop listening to this kind of music. And so you probably are thinking, okay, well, what do I listen to then? I don't know, like podcasts, like grow up, I don't know, stop listening to music. But if music is a big part of your life and you want to keep listening to music because you enjoy it, I would listen to Christian music, or at least at the very minimum, listen to songs that are at least kind of playful and like that don't have like very negative undertones and negative words. Now, the way that I go about this, if you want to do this, if you want to know what kind of song is good or bad, a song is good or bad typically depending on who made the song and the producer. I'm not going to make you go and look through every producer on every song, but let's look at the artist of these songs. If the artist is Taylor Swift, or if the artist is Kanye or Drake or Lil Uzi Vert, which literally means Lucifer, if you're listening to these people, they're probably not going to have a song that you want to listen to. Oh, but it has no cuss words. Oh, it has a good message. No, like, it's still bad. You are feeding off their darkness. You are feeding off their spiritual darkness. And so you just need to stop listening to them entirely. If you're listening to a cute little love song from 2012, folk song, like Mumford & Sons, or what are the other ones? I can't think of any of the other bands for some reason. M83, Owl City, like things like that. Like, that's a little more okay because these songs aren't like made by the industry to be controlling the masses and controlling you and brainwashing you with these words and these trigger words and these messages subliminally and these frequencies. At least they're not doing that. And so, because like even these songs, like these degenerate songs, you probably heard the sound clips from like Lil Uzi Vert or Juice WRLD. There's no singing or rapping. It's just like the sound, the song, like the song part, the intro or the outro, or the little clip of the song. A lot of times we like these little like sound bites. But these clips of audio, even though there's no rapping or lyrics, there's still darkness simply in the music because the producers and the artist has spiritual darkness over them. So it's literally just listening on a regular basis, like these clips and these like audios, like the instrumentals or the music part, is still actually really bad for you. Now, if you're on Instagram Reels and you're on TikTok, which I don't know why you're on these apps anyway, but if you're on these apps for a little bit and you get a little Uzi Vert sound clip, like, okay, whatever, who cares? Like, it's not a big deal. I'm not being legalistic about it. I'm not being weird about it, but it's still bad for you. And it's making you still think and associate yourself with negative thoughts and intrusive thoughts that you don't want to get, and it will succumb your life if you let it. And you don't want that. You don't want these demons controlling your life and running your life. Overcome it. Stop listening to this kind of music. Listen to better music. Listen to Christian music. Listen to more music that glorifies God, at least directly glorifying God, or glorifying God through his nature, his beauty, the things he created, love, the good things that can't be negatively influenced. And so with that being said, I hope this video helps you with this idea of the music industry and how bad it is. And I guess my problem that I had with worldly music recently, which is so funny because I don't listen to this kind of music. I don't listen to this degenerate music, but I was listening to it recently as a result of one experience I had with it, one encounter I had with it, one song, and I started listening to that kind of music again. So that's how the doors open up to these kind of things, the spiritual warfare. And these demons are full-time trying to influence what we do and trying to take us down, especially especially if we're Christian. They want to destroy Christians, and they're doing a good job, honestly. And so you got to be careful for your own soul and make sure that you're not being influenced by darkness and evil and negativity and intrusive thoughts. I'm telling you, like, you might not think right now that it's a problem, but if you're listening to this kind of music and you just overcame like weed or porn or degeneracy or some kind of bad habit, junk food, eating disorder, I'm telling you, if you start listening to this kind of music again, I bet you anything in 6 months time or even less, you will be addicted to those things again, simply because it's just how the spiritual kingdom works. That's just how the spiritual world works. They're going to try and bring in the bad habits back to you so that you're further in bondage. And music is a good open door for that. So is movies, so is entertainment. I know we all love these things and they're all fun and great and they make you feel good, but they are open doors to very bad things. It's just something we have to be watchful for. I love you all. I hope you all have an amazing day. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.